and welcome to the 27th JK Tyre FMSA National Championship. We are racing in the city that has set us with our pulses racing all the way to the heavens. Hello and welcome to Coimbatore. As we rightly say, it's a big vanakkam from this beautiful city of Coimbatore, and we are at the Kari Motor speedway. 2.3 kilometer track, the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup, that is JK Tyre presents the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup, is about to commence with round 2 and the first race is about to begin, and we already have a very strong grid. Just to remind you, last year's champion Abhishek Vasudev, well, congratulations to him as he gone on to a very important pedestal life and happy married life to him. But then it gives a chance for a new set of riders to really take up into the championship again. Over 20 riders coming in and each of them really pulling it through all the way down into the wire. This is one of those special moments. 2.3 kilometer track, and each of the track we are really going to commence into a mighty action, and each of these actions is really going to come in front of your eyes. We are live from the Kari Motor Speedway for round number 4. For 26 years we've been racing champions, and now today it is the 27 years. It is going to be a very special moment for all of us as we try and quickly line up who will be onto that podium there. Before they quickly come on in, let me quickly tell you how the grid position looks like. It is Kayan Patel who's going to start on P1, and at number 2 will be starting is Navneet Kumar. Jagdish Nagaraj starts at 3. Surya PM at number 4, Rohan R at P5, Vivek Pillai at number 6, it's Manveet Reddy at number 7, Ulas Nanda at number 8, Revadar at number 9, Samarul Zubair is at number 10, Varun Patil will P11, Yogesh at P12, then we have Joring Varisa at P13. Further down the order, it's going to be Nijan at P14, Johnson Saldana P15, Saran Kumar P16, Madhusudan P17, Dipankar Lamba P18, Avinash P19, Prashant P20, Ashish Chaudhary P21, and Prithviraj T at P22. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very profuse grid. But before all of that, I'm very thrilled to welcome a man we always look up to. Mr. S.P. Bathina is in the house. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I mean, it's absolutely an honor to have you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And this has been one of those special moments that we always wanted. Gentlemen, before we are able to get it on, we're going to get on with a quick action on the track. 10 laps of this race. Quick word from you. What can we expect? We've always seen a nail biter.
You will get another nail biter today.
That's the bet that is coming in. There's a lot of work from the man on my left, SP Bathina, who's been making sure that each of the riders get the same spec of engine. You must be really happy with the kind of talent that you're seeing on the grid here today.
Yes, we've got some pros who've been very good for the last couple of seasons, but we've also got a whole lot of new amateurs who are total amateurs. They've never raced in their life before, so they're absolute amateurs, you can see, and they're improving every race outing.
So then, without further ado, the engines rev up to the might. With me on the commentary box is SP Bathina as we're going to watch from the sidelines. 10 laps is about to commence. Surya PM seems to have a much better start again. He coming in, Dil jostling it for position as we see them coming in. Here we could go around it, going to turn number 1. It's bike number 2, always trying to pull in on the inside. A little bit of movement for Avinash, right? But they're coming around on the inside here again as we see possibly Manveet Reddy was trying to get past there again. Bike number 21. Now finding and jostling in for a little bit of position again. This is a long road again. It's always important to have a very good start.
It is important to have a good start and not get stuck in traffic.
And as we see them coming in, bike number 8 versus bike number 3, this is a decent start. Kayan Patel, can he hold it out again? One of the slowest turns is turn number 10, 11 and 12. And this is the entry point for turn number 10. The slowest part of the track again. How would you take that track, Aspik? If you especially turn number 10, the slowest part of the track?
Actually, the slowest part, a slow corner really doesn't make so much difference between a fast rider and a slow rider. But it's the fast corners that really make all the difference when you are chasing somebody. And fast rider makes a lot of difference on a fast corner compared to a slow corner.
Surya PM slowly trying to nip back on that lead. But number 5, that is Jagdish Nagaraj, slows enough to try and attack here again. Comp number 8, Kayan Patel, trying to use that slipstream on that start line, is already picking up a little bit of distance. Here we go, folks. Now it is Kayan Patel versus versus comp number 5 and 3 just coming into the mix. Comp number 3 close enough to attack. Should he come on the inside, where is the pressure going to come in? We're going to see some nice racing in turn number 6 and 7.
Yeah, I think Surya and Navneet and all of these guys are going to give Rakayan a run for his money. You can see all 5 of them bunched up together.
We are quickly seeing the fastest lap time by Surya. Good call as he sets in 1 minute 21.697. How many times have we seen Surya PM on the outside? Comp number 8 on the inside. Will the overtaking man overtake again? There is no space given. There's no space taken again. Where do you find space in such tight turn, Aspie? I'm talking to a man who's rode his bike in the Isle of Man.
The slow corners is when you try and put your bike in the middle, and basically most of the turns here are slow. They're not really any high speed corners, except in the right-hander that they've just taken second last.
Aspie Badina with me in the house. He's giving you an advice. If there is a corner, just send it. That's the word that comes in again. Would you like to take it? How does it feel? How do you actually attack? All of them on a straight line. When do you slum out a little bit?
It's very difficult because the track is quite narrow, so there's only basically a very small tight line. So you need to be close together and make a move, and the entry basically outbreak your opponent.
Just to quickly tell you, Rohan R has now set in the fastest lap time, 1 minute 17.227. We are counting down the number of laps. These are 16 turns, about 10 lap, and we've already finished about 2 and entering into the third lap again. What a start this has been. Comp number 8 trying to break away, but comp number 3 not this time. He's somehow able to get that little bit of a slipstream which comes through very hard. He's been able to pull it all the way again. I see like a synchronized riding as they get to turn number 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, basically it is synchronized riding because there's a very small, it's a narrow track, so there's one line basically. So you need to be in line and only make a move when somebody just breaks a little early or a little too late, and that's when you make your move.
As I was listening to you talking to young set of riders, you were sitting down and telling them as to the kind of race mindset that you need to bring when you're on the track again. Maybe you want to give us a little tip here.
The most important thing is you have to enjoy the race. If you psych yourself too much, then you will not be able to enjoy the race. So,
sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. Comp number 7 is going to possibly take an overtaking over comp number 8, Kayan Patel. You did see a little bit of mistake, weaving especially to turn number 1 again. How do you handle the weave when you are trying to go against the wind?
See, it's weaving. I would say the bikes does sneak a little bit under braking, but if you try and block another rider, you will ask for trouble because that's not the way to race.
Well, now you're looking at a very interesting fight as we see comp number 6 now has a chance to get back on 8. Now Kayan Patel was a race leader in chance to possibly lose not 1 but 2 positions again. How they come around, the white helmet versus a little taint of red again. The white helmet gets ahead. Comp number 8 is into position number 2. Kayan Patel is now under threat to possibly lose another position again. In the race, when you lose a position again, how do you fight back? Because you get a little ruffled.
You have to fight back immediately. If you don't, then you will lose it. As you can see, number 7 is pulling away from the rest of them because Kayan is riding a defensive line, and what that is doing is slowing up everybody else behind him.
So, if you lose a position, just keep your aggressive line. Now, the battle now is being drawn for the second and third. Interesting to note here is again, he's actually pulling up a little bit of a traffic behind him. Comp number 7 says, you might as well hold people back while I take the lead. Comp number 8 now has possibly heard you out and decides to go a little bit aggressive. He needed that little bit of encouragement from you there.
No, it's not. The thing is, again, Kayan is riding a very defensive line which is slowing them down. And that's giving Rohan a chance to break away from the group. And you can see he's pulled out a good lead now, and I think it'll be very difficult for the rest of the bunch to catch him.
Navneet Kumar possibly trying to take advantage of the toe, but it was not there. Comp number 7 stretching that distance again. Let's not rule out comp number 3, Surya PM. How many times have we seen him outside the top 5? And when the podium turn comes in, especially on the last lap, he's always tried to bring in that last push or the last hurrah there. But at this time, Surya PM is just outside the top 3. Rohan R continues to set the fastest lap time. It's still the second fastest lap time, 1:16.865. The difference is about over close to 0.2 of a second. would you want to say, looking back, you're not a big fan of looking back, are you?
No, I'm not. I don't need to look back. If I'm gone, then I'm gone. I don't want to look back. Concentrate on going faster in the front.
You know, there is this urge as a rider when you have that lead, you're like, nobody's challenging me. Let me just glance back a little bit. It's that little.
If doing that, you lose more time.
Agreed, and that's the first layer of advice again. So you do not want to make those rookie mistakes. If you do, you will possibly lose time. Comp number 6 now has stretched his lead over Kayan Patel. Navneet Kumar is at number 2. Kayan Patel is at number 3. Surya PM now at a distant number 4. Now the interesting fight between 8-3 for the fight for the 4th, 5th. This could go anywhere to the last line again. Coming about the lines, especially when you're coming onto the exit, you were pointing out earlier, especially into turn number 16. We are right now in turn number 13, approaching turn number 14. You got to have a very good exit. If you don't, you're almost hitting the gravel.
Basically, if you need to, how you enter the corner determines how you exit the corner. And if you look at Navneet, has taken a very nice sweeping wide line, so he gets a good exit. So you can see he's closing up on number 7 because he's using the correct line.
Take a wider line, hit it onto the apex. Just let the bike do its thing. There's now comp number 7 is going to really face a little bit of heat. Now this is coming in very interesting again. Rohan, Surya and all of them, Kayan Patel getting into the mix again. Interesting to note, in all of this, Vivek Pillai has slowly moved up to position number 6 now, challenging Jagdish Nagaraj. So here is your top 6. Rohan number 1, Navneet Kumar 2, Surya PM number 3, Kayan Patel drops down to number 4, Jagdish Nagaraj 5, Vivek Pillai at number 6. I think we've got a slightly... Rohan R is your race leader at the moment.
Yeah, Rohan R is leading, Navneet is 2nd, Surya is not 3rd actually, Kayan is 3rd and Surya is 4th.
Okay, we've got a little mixed up in the time table as well. But looking at the fastest lap time, 1:16.865. That stays true for Rohan as well. Talking a little bit about Kayan Patel, he has already had a mixed bag. Wow, well, that's a nice little sweeping line on comp number 7.
Coming out up to lap the back marker, which is going to be a little tricky for them. It depends on where you
almost.
Yes, it's how you catch and where you catch. That somebody's gone down.
Man down, and the man will be up.
I think who's gone down.
I hope it is not Surya PM.
It's an amateur that's gone down.
You would love to have an overtaking coming in, but then it is always important to have a very clear line. Now, if you're a back marker, you know the race leaders will find a way past you, but you should not block your way through. Now, we've seen common words being turned around, yellow flags. It is one of the... Yes, it's one of the amateurs. Comp number 16 it is. Comp number 16 is down. That is Nijan A. He's okay and he's walking away from the track again. Safety is important as far as Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup is concerned.
Safety is paramount. There's no compromise on safety.
So let's quickly come into the safety mechanism that we talk about. What are the kind of gears that whenever you look at?
The gears are top class. There is no two ways about it. The gears are really good. Everybody has to use the certified gear. So the racing gear is very good. In fact, the first round we had a massive shunt at the end of the straight on the first corner when the rider walked away from it.
And safety continues to be paramount. You need to have a scrutiny of your helmet, the racing gears, the overalls, the guards that you work around, your boots around. There we have a very curious set of officials trying to watch the action and get excited and still manage to make sure there is absolutely perfect racing there. Interesting fight as Navneet Kumar gets into the mix. This is where we come into the mind of the racer. Aspi, now talk to me now. What's going to happen?
I think you have to wait and see where there's an opening and go for it.
Surya PM versus Kayan Patel. Kayan Patel, bring that aggressive race line. That's what we know you for. Jagdish Nagaraj, get in the mix now. Rohan R versus Navneet Kumar. Let's bring it to the top fight here again. 7 versus 6. Break as late as possible. No, he doesn't. Rohan R sees him coming. He says, no, I'm going to stick to my line. I'm not going to defend. Had he defended, he would have possibly brought in a little mistake from him. This is where it gets critical. On the line again, let's come back to turn number 16. We are possibly looking for an overtaking maneuver by Kayan Patel over Surya PM. As they come around turn number 14, turn 15, look at the right behind them. They are close enough to attack. Car number 7. What a lines. Would you like to take a tighter line, or would you like to take a wider line into
No,
turn
it's better to get the wider line and
just get that little bit of
yeah,
steam.
because you need to get a good drive. Because Navneet has got a better drive than Rohan, and so Navneet will make a move on Rohan here. You can see that Navneet has made a move on Rohan.
You've called it on. We've got Navneet is back on top now. Rohan would be looking back saying maybe he could have done a little more better in turn number 6. It's those fine margins that really make up the race.
Yeah, it is, and also the back markers are playing a role in this because I think Rohan did get intruded by a back marker, so he didn't get onto the power as soon as he would wanted to, and that's where Navneet got him.
So then, without further ado, the back markers are playing spoil party here again. Comp number 18 holding back. Comp number 7, this was not going to happen. Rohan, out of you looking, what are you doing? And comp number 6 now pulling it away. Navneet Kumar on that last stretch.
Yes, Navneet has got it. I think is it the last one?
Yes, I believe this is the last lap again. We would quickly, when we are so engrossed with this such close line racing, we almost lost the number of laps. But then it's not over till it's over on the checkered flag. How many times have you seen that comp number 6 on the outside, comp number 7 on the inside? 7 will have a little more traction again. The 6 has a little bit on the front again. Who's going to come again? So side by side, comp number 7 should be able to come around. Would it?
I think 6 has got it.
You have a good eye. It was comp number 6. Navneet Kumar. No, but it's comp number 7 who's celebrating it.
Yes, I thought maybe. I thought it was the other way around.
Well, I'm not sure if it was Rohan or it's Rohan or comp number 6, but Rohan, the way he's celebrating it, it looks like he's got past the line. We possibly need a replay of that, and maybe got to go back to our timing screens again. How many times are we going to see so many races on the finish line?
That's the beauty of the GT Cup, because all 24 bikes on the grid are all equal. If you ride bike number 1 or bike number 24, they perform the same.
I'm not going to let you go because I got to get you in. The hard work that has taken to get this retro racing Royal Enfield to get it ready to the racetrack again. Maybe you want to talk about the work that has happened on the bike.
See, the bike basically is always a good platform to start with. In fact, when I first rode the bike in California in 2018, that's when I told Siddharth Lal that this was a great platform to go racing with. And then when we did a lap of the Isle of Man TT with Siddharth Lal, Freddie Spencer and myself, and we sat down at the end of the lap and we spoke, and that's where the Royal Enfield GT Cup was conceived, I could say. It was conceived in the Isle of Man.
Well, comp number 7 still think that he's won it on the finish line. Okay, now comp number 6 possibly realizes that what's happened. We still really don't know who's actually got it out. Hang on for a bit. We will get you the result. But this is why we come to the racetrack, Aspi.
Yes, this is what you want, racing, close racing. There's no points if one guy runs away. This was the closest race, I think one of the closest that we've had in the history of the GT Cup.
So they basically got through by the thread of the bike. That's the difference that we are talking about.
Yes, it'll definitely be a photo finish.
And as we look around, we know there are a lot of happy scenes as well. This year, you've got a lot of influx of talent in the amateurs. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, I was quite. We went to Assam for rider selection. From there, we traveled to Delhi. From Delhi to Pune, and then to Bangalore. And all these boys that you see, the amateurs racing today, have never ever raced a motorcycle in their life.
Wow. So, could you also talk to us about the preparation that you've done in order to get these kids ready into the bike again?
We have a lot of talking with them, riding, speaking to them, telling them what is the line, which line you should take, what you should be doing, which is very important. And of course, building the bikes. All these bikes, I test each and every one of them before I hand it over to the riders at the beginning of the season. So I know each of them are performing absolutely the same.
It's been one of a very interesting story, Aspi. You've raced with bikes, you've followed these cars again. Now you're seeing new talent coming. Abhishek Vasudev, what a talent that is seeing. Shetty, another talent again. So this year we're going to see new rising stars coming from Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup.
Yes, also that, but I was a little disappointed with the riders in Chennai. I've never raced this circuit, but I know most of them are not taking the correct racing line. But in Chennai, they were quite off the line, and in fact, I tried to tell them that what they were doing is wrong. And it's not only them. I think nobody in India rides the correct racing line today. That's why when we have international riders coming, we are suffering. We can't compete with the international riders and drivers for that fact as well.
This particular pool of the JK Tyre Presents Continental GD Cup, you really have upped the talent again, so you know the deficiencies can be thrashed out.
Yes, the biggest issue I find is that they don't think. Like when I raced, I set up the bike, and after setting up the bike, I would sit down in a corner and lap, corner by corner, complete the whole lap in my mind and see where I could improve, how I could improve my riding, and how I could make a slight difference in my riding, my entry to the corner, and I would improve my riding that way, which I don't see happening here. Everybody is just following one after the other guy.
I have to make a quick announcement. So it is Rohan R who's finally managed to just about surprise comment number 6. We didn't expect that, did we?
Yeah.
We did expect a nail biter though.
Yeah, it was a nail biter. I think Navneet had a wider line and Rohan came from the inside and pushed him wide.
Right. It was a pleasure to have you on the house.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
SP Batina, my expert in the commentary box, it was more than a pleasure to have him. And now we're moving into the celebrations in the podium ceremony in just a bit. The bikes are there. The folks from Royal Enfield Continental GD Cup are there. And we're about to join them now. This has been one of those special moments at the JK Tyre Presents Royal Enfield Continental GD Cup, and we are live from Kari Motor Speedway. Well, the winners have taken their crown, and it's also time for us to quickly get on after the amateurs. It's getting on to the professionals, guys, as well. Onto the track any moment and anywhere onto the track as well. Remember, we're going to have a very special race tomorrow. 2 races of the Royal Enfield Continental GD Cup as well. But what a race! A race win it has been for comp number 7. Rohan R, who managed to have the last laugh on the finish line, just defeating Navneet Kumar. But did Coimbatore do enough to finish into the top 3? That's what we're going to be looking at again. Royal Enfield Continental GD Cup, presented by JK Tyre. Remember, we've gone to every part of India to try and identify the next big riders. Abhishek Vasudev was identified like that as well. Last year, the champion Abhiraj Shetty as well. Now, each of them have brought a mojo to the name. SP Batina was with me in the house and also in the commentary box. The man who had driven his heart out in the Isle of Man in 2007, 2008 further. Remember, he was also the man who really brought in, as far as the awards for bikes are concerned, massive experience under his belt, and he knows how things really work through. Now, they're all trying to go back and check on the results one more time and to see who really came through again. Comment number 3. Now going on stage. This is a moment for them to cherish. Comment number 3, Surya PM finishes at number 3. Then it is Navneet Kumar. Comment number 6. And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, on the finish line with just hardly a distance is Rohan R by possibly the spoke of his wheel. And that was the distance between them. Rohan R gets onto the stage as a what a champion winner would do. Navneet Kumar and Rohan R, what a fight that they've had. This is the moment that we all waited down here again as Jagdish Nagaraj takes in at number 3, and then at number 2 Navneet Kumar finishing with a strong line. It was all the way Navneet Kumar, a slight error at the finish line, and that's why Rohan R is the most happiest man on the track here today. Congratulations, Rohan R, finishing on the line by margins that possibly never exist. What I've been told is like half, not even a quarter of a wheel. That's where is the difference between them. As they celebrate, just to reconfirm one more time, Rohan. Hello and welcome back again. We were moving from Royal Enfield Continental GD Cup. JK Tyre presents Royal Enfield Continental GD Cup. And now we were getting down to the Formula LGB4. This is the moment that we all waited out for. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be joined by a special guest here today in very quick time. But before all of that, the LGB Formula 4, it's going to be a very, very competitive grid. We've got over 23 drivers on the track. Dark Dawn, Ahura, there is M Sport, there is Avalanche, there is Momentum Motorsports. Each of them are going to be riding. So here is how the grid is going to look. Mehul Agrawal on P1, Diljit P2, Tijal P3, Dhruv Goswami on P4, Chetan Surani on P5. It is Vishwas Vijayaraj on P6. Then we have further down the order Bala Prasad. Rahul Rangasamy is back. Saran Vikram Tamaz is at 9. Monit Kumran is on 10. Then we have Abhay is on number 11, Nathan McPherson is number 12, Neev Datta is on 13, Amit Kuti is on 14, Ashok Lal is on 15, and then Abhinav Reddy is on P16, Priyanka Vijay, the lady rider on the track, is on P17, and then Aditra Biswas is on P18, Yo, we call him, is on P19, and Sparshritan is on P20, Tejas is on P21, Tavish is on P22, and Yash will finish in back of the grid. 23 cars on the grid. The LGB Formula 4, let's put it this way, the most competitive grid in the entire country. The most competitive, nail-biting grid in the country. And if you're talking about the world, the most economical single-seater racing in the country. This on your screen is Mehul Agrawal. He's going to cherish P1, but he knows he can't take it for granted because right behind him is Diljit. Into the championship as we quickly look on. Let's talk about the rookies. There is only a 1-point difference between Monit and this gentleman, Dhruv Goswami and Vasaden. They're all fighting it out. But it is Tijal Rao with 54 points right on top of the points table, with Bala Prasad on 34, 26 for Chetan Suraneni. As cars get ready one by one, we're going to be rolling into the action. But folks, we have a very important contest. Dhruv Goswami versus Abhay. Dhruv Goswami on 47, 46 is for this. This is your championship leader, Tijal Rao. The eyes of a sniper when he goes onto the track now again. Can the Dark Dawn do it 1, 2 and 3? How many times have we seen? Can the M Sport stop the momentum that we're talking about? Here is comp number 27. Dhruv Goswami, can he be the man who will really be able to stop the charge of the Dark Dawns, Adi Haura and the momentum? We are going to be looking at each of the cars very closely in. We're going to be getting down again to this thing around. We've also look on how things are going to come through now. Oh, it's the thunder. It is the thunder again that we're going to look at. Let's say hello to comp number 42 now. Comp number 42 has been on the racetrack. We'll be looking, charging in for Team Ahura. This has been one of those moments that we always are. Priyanka Vijay is also there from one of the lady drivers from Team Ahura Racing, led by Sarosh Ataria. And they are getting in on the move again. So there is momentum. There is Avalanche, led by Fazal. Remember, Avalanche Racing was one of the earliest racing teams in the country to have launched an endurance motorsports team. And then there is momentum, the new kids on the block. 5 minutes to go and 15 laps it's going to be. And we're all waiting. It's an overcast sky. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get you a massive interview now. And we are getting into the house. I wanted to get you somebody special, and the young kid is a champion. guess what? First and foremost, let me start with congratulations on your recent Rotax Cinemax win.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you so
Ruhan
much.
Alva. And Ruhan Alva is also a man who won the last year LGB Formula 4. When you talk about progression, you won the LGB Formula 4 last year. Today you're not driving in one class, you're driving in two. The Formula 4 and the Indian Racing League. Does it feel like a dream?
Yeah, I mean, it's something very different. A big step up. I drove the Indian Racing League last year as well, but this year we've come in a lot stronger than we did last year. We've always been at the top, always fighting with the top guys, and it's been good.
The Formula 4, you've been here and you just got yourself a podium again. That was a very, very good start as far as a performance here again. As far as the championship, the first podium in Kari Motor Speedway. This is the track where you grew up, technically.
Yeah, I mean, I remember karting here. I think it was 2016,
Right.
with the old layout. So started off in karts on this track, and then the LGBs Novice Cup. Then we won our LGB championship over here as well, and now the F4s.
So somebody just texted me, says your little boy is now a champion. Six-time national champion. Not an easy task again, but let's talk about fitness. Jump into Formula 4, then you jump into the IRL. How does that switch happen, Rohan?
Yeah, when it comes to the driving styles, they're super different, especially on the brakes. The IRL has a lot softer of a pedal, and the entire braking technique is different in the two cars.
Right, so what we're going to do right now, they are about to get into a formation lap. And rather than me, I'm going to let Ruhan describe each of the turns. So we got 16 turns, 2.3 kilometer track. The slowest part of the track is turn number.
I'd say it's one of the last two corners.
What about turn number 10, 11, 12? The Mickey Mouse, we call it. And we will literally search for a mouse there. But how do you take that turn?
Yeah, I mean, it's about getting enough curb without cutting the track limits, obviously. Slowing it down enough to the left so that you can power through the right in the LGBs and gain time on the exit.
Super. Now we've telling you about the conditions. Overcast skies. Coimbatore is very famous, especially Kari Motor Speedway is very famous for change in weather. Like as I say, you can get 9 seasons in a single day. Cloudy, windy, sunny, rainy, and it can get mild showers again. We are expecting mild showers during the race. The grip lines will differ, so then on dries you start and then you go on to the wets. Take us through, how does turn 1 look like?
Yeah, so turn 1, the first overtaking chance in this track. Super late on the brakes, around the 100 meter board, down 2 gears, and use enough curb on the left, and again, power through the right, decent amount of curb again.
So then, this is one of those moments again that we're looking around. I was all looking at turn number 3 and turn number 4. This is where it slightly gets a little technical. You got to get your exit spot on. What lines do you take when you're defending?
So there's plenty of overtaking opportunities over there. There's a chance on the entry if the guy goes a little deep on the brakes. And on the exit as well, if you get a switchback, you can get a brilliant run.
So turn 6 and 7, then it just goes slight from down, almost like downhill. Then you go into the uphill. You got to be attacking the accelerator and also braking at the same time. When you are approaching turn number 8, 9 and 10. Now this is the exit point to turn 10 and 11 and 12. Could you talk us through how important it is to get your exit and defend that line?
Yeah, I mean the exit on Mickey Mouse is super important in the race because into turn 13 or 14, if you get a good run out of Mickey Mouse, the fast ride's pretty quick, so you don't lose too much. You can dive into the next corner.
So then, turn 15 and 16, this is the entry point before you get to the home straight. Well, the dark dawn cars, the grey silver cars, always make a joke about we are doing a dark dawn wash. Will there be a 1, 2 and 3? Let's quickly tell you how the top 5 looks like. 3 cars of dark dawn in the top 5. It's Dhruv Goswami from M Sport at number 4, Chetan Suraneni from Ahura. Can he stop them? So here is your top 5, and this is going to be a very interesting grid. Starting on the right or starting on the left? Which one do you prefer, Rohan?
Yeah, I mean the right side's a bit cleaner, but in the LGBs you get the same launch of both sides. So.
The weather is about to change. There is going to be prolific action. This is a race where I will never ask anybody for prediction because every time we predicted, we've always gone wrong. That is how the comic turns give. What really plays into the minds of the people as we get it on, this is where all the talking stops as far as the race is concerned. This is where we get to race again. The LGB Formula 4 27 JK Tyre National Racing Championship. Round 4, race 1 of the LGB Formula 4 is about. Tijal has a very, very good start again, but Mehul is already trying to defend as he gets into turn number 1. Turn number 1 is going to be a little bit of mayhem again because they come on the inside. Diljit, car number 44. How many times has he get to the corner first? Yes, he does. So Mehul has lost the lead into turn number 1 and 2. As they line it up into turn number 3 and turn number 4, this is where they're going to follow. They come unscathed from turn number 1. The track has got a little bit wide, but you're seeing a momentum car. That's Nathan McPherson making a move on the outside. Abhay Mohan, who's also racing in 2 races here again, he's also joins back into the grid. It's 1, 2 and 3 dark on. 44 in the lead. Car number 12 now decides to take an outside move on the inside. Now diving in, just slowing it down into that turn, making sure there is absolutely no space. Now into turn number 13 and 14, we've already seen now car number 10, Bala Prasad, getting into the mix. Saran Vikram Tamaz also getting into a little bit of a challenge again. This is a good start from Team Dark Dawn. The launch by company number 44 was very good.
Yeah, Diljit got a super good start. Got down the inside of Mehul and took the lead. Dhruv got a pretty good launch as well, but a bit patient into turn 1, so wasn't able to make any positions.
You gave a very good point. How important is patience when we talk about racing? There is a 2 contradiction in its own way. 1 lap done. It's Diljit Khan, number 44 on P1. You talk about patience when you go racing. How is that possible? 1, 2 and 3 dark dawn. Can Dhruv Goswami break that jinx of the top 3 again? Ahura Racing is holding back the rest of the pack now. He's got to put it out. The fastest time, 1 minute 16.506. We will talk about the fast timings, and we will also talk about the high speed that you're able to take in a Formula 4 and IRL car as the details come in. 44 versus 12. Mehul Agarwal now gets interested. Now he dives in on the inside. He got a good launch. He's got to hold it together. Make sure hits the curbs and cover that line. Dhruv Goswami in the meantime is now attacking Kadil Tijal for a movement for number 3. So the first time in this race we've seen change of positions from number 3 to number 4 now. It's Dhruv Goswami. But now here comes Diljit. How many times he's going to wait for Mehul Agarwal to just slow it down into that turn? This turn is quite tricky, Rohan. How do we come through now?
Yeah, that was a good move by Dhruv. Mehul left the door open for Dhruv and he went for it. Didn't think twice about it.
I'm just checking with you. When you are in this home straight, you have the wind hitting you on your helmet. Has it ever given you a little bit of calculation errors when you're driving into turn 1? Just like you're saying car number 44 was able to take advantage, come closer to the wall and get a little bit of slipstream.
Yeah, I mean, when there's a headwind, obviously the slipstream's more, so the guy behind gets bigger advantage and it's a lot easier to make a move.
The reason why we have Ruhan Alva in the house, why? Because he is the LGB Formula champion, the Formula LGB champion of the last year, moved into the Formula 4 and now racing, roaring with the Bengal riders again. This is where it comes in. Company number 12 now gets back into the business. He says now he pays the compliment. I mean, you've seen this. We've seen 44 get back to company number 12, now gets back saying this is how I pay you back. Dhruv Goswami now up to number 3rd. Important news. Chetan Suraneni up to number 4. Tijal is back down to number 5. Now Tijal knows he's got a 20-point lead. He may not want to be so aggressive and possibly let the race come to you. Looking down for, car number 66, what have you done? Now that is not the way the racetrack goes. You need to turn your car back again, but in quick time. Car number 66 was Tejas. He's okay. Would like to say it's been 3 laps already and we're already in quick time. Looking at the times, it was 1:16. Here we go again. Who's going to come on the outside? Who's going to be brave enough on the brakes last time around? Dhruv Goswami is catching up, car number 44. Just to talk about how Diljit was sliding in, it's almost like a drift. How do you drift and basically brake at the same time as car number 46 retires? That's not the place to retire your car. Car number 46.
Yeah, I mean, but his engine looks like his engine's blown, so not much choice for him. Yeah, so these LGBs have very, very low grip, so you end up somewhat sideways to the corner, and you just have to manage the rear.
So when you are the car number 46, oh my word, it's Monit Kumaran. He didn't have a good practice session, but what a good kid with the challenges that he comes from, and to race at the highest level and challenging in the rookies again, this guy is a story to tell. But Mohit Kumaran had a little bit of a challenge, and now he's got an engine problem. This means the race is technically over for him. But the race is not over in the front, because we still have the Dark Dawns challenging Dhruv Goswami to possibly lure him to a mistake. Car number 12, Mehul Agarwal, your race lead. 44, Diljit at number 2. It is car number 27, Dhruv Goswami at number 3 now. You really feel the battle between 1 and 2 could possibly play into the hands of Dhruv Goswami?
Yeah, sometimes, but the thing is, these two are going to be smart. They're super experienced. I've driven with both of them fighting, and they're going to play it safe. They're going to use each other's help to just keep Dhruv behind and keep the 1-2.
I'm going to put you in a fix. Who is the most annoying off the track? Is it Diljit? Is it Tijil? Is it Bala Prasad? Come on, let's play
Off
a little.
the track or
off the track.
off the
Let's
track?
not get onto the track, because the stewards are also listening to the broadcast over here. Who is the most annoying off the track?
I mean, all are pretty funny guys, but Diljit always tries to pull your legs.
Diljit, you win. As Diljit loses that place to Mehul Agarwal into turn number 10, 11 and 12 downhill. Take me, how does it feel when you come down towards the end of the road here? You really have to brake in. Tell me about the braking points here.
Yeah, so into the fast side, you tap the brakes around the 50-meter board. You want to get off it soon, roll as much minimum speed as possible, and maximize the exit.
Now turn number 14 coming in, approaching, and now we were talking about the stewards and they're quietly watching the race. We are watching you is what they're saying. Car number 44 is making it a habit to do the Scandinavian drift. How do you drift in this car? Can you please give us that therapy there?
Yeah, I mean, what he's doing is not too good for the tires, first of all. So it's going to get hotter. It's going to get more difficult for him that way. But yeah, as I said, they have to be super low grip, so it's very, very easy to make a mistake like that.
You have two cars in front of you. You're Dhruv Goswami, and you're already trying to send out a message. And if you keep following the line, you may not be able to send the message. You've got to keep coming out, looking over the shoulders. But do you think that you do it once, you do it twice? But quickly, there's a contest which is happening for 4 and 5. But coming back to Dhruv, do you think it's a good idea to keep just looking around and test your little wheels and just follow the race line?
I mean, in this car, there's no dirty air or anything, so you just want to follow, get the slipstream and push as hard as you can.
Hari Singh, the legendary Hari Singh, the Gypsy King, the man who takes care of JK Tyre Motorsports action, in conversation with the race director of the IRL, the Formula 4, Farhan. They're all having a quick look again. Suddenly we get a feeling out of that. He got a wonderful exit, Mehul. But when he comes to tighter exit, looks like Diljit is able to close the gap. So when there's corners which are a little wider, Mehul seems to have that advantage again. How many times are we going to see the brakes smoking up into that turn there again? Everyone having a very close eagle's eye view. Here is car number 44, going to be challenged by Dhruv Goswami, close enough to attack again. Who's going to be brave on the brakes as last as possible? Here comes Dhruv Goswami, come on to the inside. Diljit is possibly wondering, he possibly should have taken that later down. How it is coming into, this is where it's pulling around again. How are they coming in? This is coming around. Tijil Rao in the meantime has the fastest lap now. How we get it on, how we face it as we see them. Ruhan, this has been a good contest.
Yeah, I mean, Dhruv could have made the move over there. He gave Diljit way too much space. Bit of a rookie move. Went too much to the inside, too much on the dirt. And because of that, both of them have lost out a bit now.
So then, Tijil Rao is into the race lead now. Car number 44 versus car number Dhruv Goswami getting into the mix now. Mehul drops out again. This is going to be interesting. Dhruv Goswami on the inside. Here we go as we see them fight here again. Car number 12. Oh, he almost touched the exterior. Talking about track limits, Tijil Rao is a very friendly person when it comes to track limits, isn't it? He just takes it to the edges. How difficult it is to manage the edges. As we see the champion next to me, he's one and only. Ruhan, give me that smile. The little kid has really grown, the 6-time national champion. It's a privilege to have him on the commentary box as Tijil Rao defends Diljit. How many times are these two Dark Dawn folks going to fight it out? Tijil Rao apparently has the fastest lap time. 1:6:15.871. We'll come to the timings again. Well done, Tijil, as car number 44 fights it out and just holds it again. So Dhruv has lost a little bit of momentum. That can happen sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, he probably got a bit of dirt on his tires when he tried the move. It's pretty dusty because there's been a lot of work to the track. It's so much better now than when we drove it even last year. So it's a bit dusty when you go offline.
So car number 12 versus car number 44 as Dhruv Goswami finds in. Let's quickly look into the action. The rest of the places as well as we see them. Let's look at the caption at number 6 and number 7. Let's possibly hold it down here. So here it is. Let's get it on as Tijal Rao leads and will possibly extend that lead now. We're going to looking at Diljit at number 2, Dhruv Goswami at number 3. Okay, Chetan Surane has lost 2 positions. Let's quickly see as we just hold the camera for just a little bit over here and find out where. Okay, here it is. It is Diljit versus Dhruv Goswami. Let's hold it here. And there you see Mehul getting a little Amit Kuti along with Rahul Rangasamy. Where did this man come from? Rahul Rangasamy versus is that Bala Prasad? Yes, it's Bala Prasad fighting it out with Saran Vikram Tamaz. As we look at the Bala Prasad moves in. Let's say hello to our race director, Mr. Sunny Kumar, as we saw him for a very brief moment. Let's get it on as the fight comes in. The fight is really profuse here again. How many times have you really found Rahul Rangasamy very annoying on the track? That man can be very annoying to overtake.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Rahul was more of help. He was a mentor for me. I learned a lot from him. He's super quick. Very relaxed guy off track, but the second the helmet's on, he's one of the hardest guys to beat.
You learned racing from Rahul Rangasamy. That's nice. And I hope nothing else off the track. Because Rahul Rangasamy, we can always make jokes on you because he is now chasing on somewhere between turn 5 and turn 6. Saran Vikram Tamaz involved in the battle with Bala Prasad, and the battle still continues. Number 12 versus number 44. Sarosh Ataria, the team owner of Ahura Racing, team principal of Ahura Racing, multiple champion. We've seen him defend and win championship on this track. Here we go again, the top 6. Tijal Van Groove is now being classified at number 3rd. This is the fastest times. We are looking at the fastest time. Fastest is 15? Yes, it's 1:15.971. That's quite a fast time. So let's talk about the fastest lap time. The Formula 4 did about 1 minute 3. And then we had the IRL, which did about 1 minute 6 and 7. Then you have the Formula LGB, which is now under 1 minute 16. You go into the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup, you're talking about 1 minute 20 and 21 series. So you can really see the gaps that are coming in. But how do you switch from the Formula 4 engine to an IRL? How does that happen, Juan?
Yeah, I mean, on the engine side, it's more of the gearbox. I have to be a lot more patient in the IRL with the downshifts. Because bike engine, higher revs, plus the clutch is a bit slower.
So let's say hello to car number 6. Little lonely ride as they get on move it. That is Yash. Had quite a lot of challenge again. We did see Sarosh Ataria, one of the prominent figures of the racing again. Tijal, how many times are we going to look at him? You know, the head is slanted to the left. It's like it is not going to move. Let's say hello to car number 77, having their own race. Priyanka Vijay was also into that Sparsh. Where is Priyanka Vijay, the only lone lady driver, lady racer in the track? I think fighting between 13 to 16. It's not a very good sign to see the rear of the car for a very long time, Rohan. Can get annoying, right?
Yeah, it can, and it gets hot when you're waiting behind another car as well in the helmet. So you really want to get past, and I mean, it's a dusty track right now, so that starts getting in your eyes as well, and it's not very fun.
Sorry, Ruhan, you just finished your race and we still got your tracksuit on so that we make sure the sponsors see you and on your full glory. Dhruv Goswami, can he attack? He was very late on the break. Diljit made a slight error of judgment there. Dhruv Goswami has a look and it stays that way. No change there. Tijal is leading that out. Car number 44 stretching it over the line there again. The last set of turns that can really make this difference here again. For the first time we've seen a rear braking from Tijal. He knows he's in control there again. It's moments away from the checkered flag. Where are we counting down? Tijal the fastest and continuously. Rahul Rangasamy 6th fastest. Diljit is being now classified as the 5th fastest. Just to quickly understand, this is a 2.3 kilometer track, very technical. You have fast backhanders, you have a very slow left-hander in turn number 10, 11, 12. Turn 1 to turn 2, you really got to be as late as the break to get into a overtaking maneuver. Your first impressions with the layout of the track that JK Tyre and RPPL is able to put it through, and the organizers, we've actually expanded. Your first opinion on the track right now? You'd see it quite wide.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun track. A little narrow compared to MMRT or even the street track that we drove, but lot of laps because it's a 25 lap race and 2.2 kilometer track. So lap after lap, you have to keep pushing, get in good laps, and the main thing is taking care of the tires because it's very easy to lock up and flat spot the tires over here. And because of that, you do lose out quite a bit, and the vibrations increase. And then, I mean, last race I had a headache after a bit, but yeah.
So then, as they fight, oh, 44 getting in a little more riskier than ever. Here it is. Car number 12. Oh my God, he goes wide. He goes wide. I hate to say this, Ruhan, whenever you were racing, we have a heart and about. They're coming to the finish line. The checkered flag is about getting ready. Car number 44 has loses patience. Tichel gets brave on the brakes and holds him back again. Dhruv Goswami waiting like a sniper. Now he's in a perfect position to take it out. So then, Tijal 1, Diljit 2, Dhruv Goswami 3. Behul has been classified at number 4. Rahul has moved up to 5. Saran Vikram Tamaz is into the number 6. This is interesting news down there again. Do you think this could be an opportunity for Dhruv? What is he facing now?
Yeah, the main thing is Diljit's always going to protect the inside, and that becomes hard. But he's opened the door now, so Dhruv should, he's not covering the inside as much as he usually does from when I've been racing with him. So Dhruv has a chance if he tries to make a move.
Tijal Rao versus Diljit versus Dhruv. Rahul, okay, wow, what a shot we've had. I think we can just see it. So you can see at the far end of the track, that is turn number 13 and 14, where you can see the top 3 cars coming in. Rahul Rangasamy has made a move on Mehul Agarwal, as we saw a drone shot, and with Saran Vikram Tamaz on close on heels for the 4th, 5th and the 6th. If we can possibly take it all over here, let's see, put it on for, let's possibly hold the screen and let's just see how the position. Oh, there's Rahul Rangasamy right in the background. How many times a back marker can really spoil your plans? There is a back marker right at the front of them. 27.
Yeah, I mean, it's Tijal's caught him at a really, really bad place as well. Oh, and he's
Oh my word! You called it! Ruhan, you called it! And in the mayhem, Dhruv Goswami was possibly going to go to second. Oh my, there was another tie bite of the dust. 44 says thank you very, very much again. This is pure unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, that was super unlucky for Tijal. Feel bad for him there. That was his race. He was doing it super well. Now he's going to get a bit frustrated. There's a big mistake over there just from pure frustration, I'd say.
And very sensibly gives the position back to Dhruv Goswami because he knows he cut the track again. Tijal is a very smart racer and is aware of his surround. Talk about track limits again. You go out of the track, you're basically bringing mud on the track, and you're also trying to make your tires dirty. How difficult is it to find a grip there?
Yeah, it's hard to keep it on track with these cars because it's low grip cars, and I mean, there's a lot of place where you can run wide and gain time. Not allowed, but drivers still do it sometimes.
So Dhruv Goswami is up to number 2 now. Can he hold on? But Tijal is a very strong and mighty competitor. Look who's behind car number 99, Rahul Rangasamy. Tijal on the other side. This is going to be interesting. Very risky move. Very risky move.
He's cut the track with it. It was a very, very good dummy, but he did cut the track, so he's going to have to give the place back.
He's playing a policeman game. He said, now you shall pass me. He's raised his hand, and Dhruv Goswami is possibly saying, no, I will pass you on the back straight. This is mind game.
Yeah, I mean, Dhruv doesn't want to pass him before that because he's going to give him the slipstream down into the next corner, and then it's going to be Tijal's move to make.
This is mind games. This is last lap in progress. Let's get it on. Here we go. Car number 27 almost cut that line, but Tijal almost has a contact with him. Was brave on the brakes. I feel bad for Tijal. He's a good kid, but the point is he is in the race lead for some time. Dropped twice position, but he's the championship point lead. No harm done. It's damage limitations. Moments away from the checkered flag comes in. Dhruv Goswami never sensed that he's going to be into the top 3. But then he's brought the car home. Let's see where the race leader is. Car number 44, moments away from the checkered flag, raises his hand, and Dhruv Goswami brings his car to number 2. It is number 3 for Tijal. Oh my God, he's slowing down. He's completely slowed it down. This could be risky. It almost looked. Did it look like possibly a gear failure? What do you think?
Yeah, that did look mechanical. I don't know why he would back off like that otherwise.
He was so close. Digil Rao, this is what is called two words: damage, limitations on the finish line. You've seen that happen to you multiple times. How do you put that behind you?
Yeah, I mean, you can't think about it too much. He's going to come out of the car pretty pissed off, which is to be expected. I mean, that was his race. Bit unlucky with that, to be honest.
So then, the Indian Racing Festival, the 27 JK Tyre FMSA Racing Championship comes in. Digil has stopped his car right next to the bridge exit, and basically the car literally stopped on him. Is it because he possibly hit a curb or something? What happened? So take us through what could are the usual errors?
Usually it'd probably be like the gearbox or drive shafts or something like that, more on the drivetrain side. But
so with that drive shaft, you still are able to carry that car to the finish line. How do you do that?
yeah, I mean, you just clutch in on neutral and the car rolls. So you basically have no power, but just because of the momentum it rolls. But I mean, he's lucky he even finished the race. It went at, if it was maybe half a lap earlier, and it would have been the end of the race for him. So.
You pointed out earlier, because at the start line there is a slope, so that kind of helped him a little bit when you put the stall there, so he was able to somehow idle his car over the line again. Car number 44, Diljit, let's also announce that recently happily married and he is now the race winner. Dhruv Goswami, never expected that he'll come at number 2. Rahul Rangasamy, what a fighting number 4 for him, but Digil Rao has done well. Ladies and gentlemen, quick word before you on the race and how the fight just really panned out.
Yeah, I mean, Diljit drove good race. He was struggling with the rear end the entire race from what we could see, and he was putting the pressure on Digil, and it worked out. Digil was just super unlucky. He drove honestly really, really well, and Dhruv was smart about it. He didn't try anything over aggressive on the two dark dawns when they were fighting each other, and it paid off at the end.
It's very nice to see the camaraderie all you racers have, and I should mention it. There is Mega, there is Mohammad Ryan there as well. Dhruv Goswami goes up to congratulate him. There is a lot of learning that you've taken. You were with Team M Sport. You've taken a championship with them as well. The camaraderie is very important, Ruhan, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the relationship you have with the team and the other drivers does play a big role, because especially in the LGBs, other drivers can help you out when you're struggling as well, if you can learn from them always.
One of the biggest learnings that we talk about Rahul Rangasamy is like, he never gives up. You have a puncture tie, he wants to put it in. Is there some specific learnings that you always look up to senior drivers?
Yeah, I mean, with experience, the driving style obviously does improve, and the racecraft as well. Especially on a track like this, if you look at Rahul or Digil and Diljit,
right,
they know exactly where they have to put the car, when they want to put it there, and it works out.
And this is something that we've always talked about for over the years, and your progress. Let's not talk about from the Rotax, from the karting to the X30 to the Rotax, and then the LGB4 today to Formula 4 and IRL. How does that progress happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's a slow process. Takes a lot of hard work. You adapt as a driver, you learn as a driver, and you keep progressing.
Now, this is the stable where we race champions, and Ruhan Alva is our champion as well. The LGB Formula 4, former defending champion of the LGB Formula 4, and currently the Rotax Max champion as well, 6-time national champion. This at the 27th JK Tyre FMSA National Racing Championship. We are racing champions, and right next to me is a 6-time national champion. How does it feel? What is Diljit thinking? I mean, he's putting up his fist up in the air. I mean, tell me, what does a driver go through? Tell me that, describe that moment for me, Ruhan. You've been there.
Yeah, I mean, he's super happy because I don't think his car was that great as well, looking at the rear end. So he's still fought it, the Digil, and he's just pure excitement.
So, would you describe that experience after race when you get out of the car?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best feelings you can have. You come out, you see everyone cheering you on, and you just feel amazing.
This is Ahura Racing car number 22 and car number 6. They had a very difficult race, but then they made it a fight. It doesn't matter where in motorsports you start, all that matters how you make a fight. I think we should take this picture. There is Dhruv Goswami, and that's say hello to his mom. She celebrates the moment as well. They are from a doctor family, and the kid says being a doctor is boring, racing is fun. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with it. But I know he's going to start. He's studying to be a doctor soon, so.
That's Tijil along with Afsar, along with Diljit. What's the kind of conversations that a team like M Sport, Darkton, or Ahura, or Momentum, or Avalanche, for example, what are the kind of conversation that you need to have with your team principal?
Yeah, I mean, the team principal helps you learn a lot as a driver and helps you communicate with the mechanics, set up the cars. If you're happy, unhappy, everything goes through them, and they help you out a lot at the end of the day.
This has been one of those races where we thought the rain is going to play a spoil sport. So how does the grip level changes, and how do the turns change, or the line changes as far as this track is concerned?
On this track, I mean, historically in the LGBs at least you don't put down much rubber, so the line doesn't change too much. But now with the IRLs and the F4s here as well, there might be a lot more rubber on the track, which makes it more slippery when it's wet. So your lines would start changing a bit. You want to avoid the rubber because when it rains, the rubber gets way more slippery. And yeah, I mean, now you have to drive to find out.
So all the tires on this weekend, from the Formula 4 to the Indian Racing League to the LGB Formula 4 to the Royal Enfield Continental GD Cup, all racing on JK Tyre. Now this is a proud moment for all of us. Now I would like you to share your story as far as Srachi Bengal Riders is concerned. You guys have really put up a team there. There is a team spirits there again. How does it feel to be part of a franchise-based team?
Yeah, I mean, so the team's been the same drivers for the last 3 years. And this year we had Srachi come in, and they've been great support. They've been good backers, and they've always supported us through difficulties as well as when we're winning. They've always encouraged us, always helped us out.
That's why, I mean, nice racing overalls, by the way, Ruhan, and the sponsors are all over there. It's like the Bengal Tigers. There is an element of Dada that is there in the team. Would you want to talk about the element of Saurav Ganguly, the Dada that we talk about? What's the element in that team?
Yeah, I met him at the street track. Super nice to meet him. I mean, we all look up to him, obviously, and he was super sweet, super nice guy, and it was great to meet him.
You know, the elements that we're trying to bring onto the motorsports field, this has been a fabulous racing weekend. We started off with the Formula 4, the IRL, the Royal Enfield Continental GD Cup. Then we went into the Formula LGB. I want to talk something very important. The safety of the LGB car, the most economical single-seater racing in the entire world. How important is it to have a laboratory like this one where you're able to hone your skill, Ruhan?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of drivers on the LGB grid who wouldn't be racing if it wasn't that cheap. So it helps a lot of drivers get a chance to showcase their talent, get a chance to enjoy what they love doing, which is, I don't think is available in anywhere in the world.
So then, let's talk about this one. This is Tijil's car, I believe. It's car. I'm not able to see from where I am. We're able to get a top shot. Yes, it is Tijil's car. They've managed to literally lift it off from the start line and from the home straight, I beg your pardon, and brought it back here again. So now it will have a lot of work in the garage. Every time you've bought a beaten up car, your folks at the garage, the tuners, have really worked hard. And what's the kind of hard work that really need to put in every time when they come with a broken and a damaged car?
Yeah, I mean, nothing would be possible without the mechanics and tuners. I mean, there's so many times where we have an issue with the car, and they spend the night over here just to fix it so that we can race tomorrow. And when it comes to the setup as well, they help us out a lot. So not all drivers know exactly what they want to do with the car. They know what they feel from the car, and the mechanic, if they're experienced enough, they help you out, and you tell them what you feel and they make a change for you.
Nowadays, you talk to mechanics and tuners in your team, they seem to understand racing better than us, and they possibly are able to tell you what an understeer and what oversteer is. How do you like the grip levels when you were driving the LGB4 last year? Was your grip levels high? Was your grip levels low? I mean, was this particular kind of tuning that you really enjoyed as far as the LGB Formula, as far as tuning your car to precision is concerned?
Yeah, I mean, I like a car where the rear is a bit loose, not too understeery. So that was the main thing for me, because I mean, historically, this LGB is a pretty understeery car on the exit. So to set it up to get the rear to come around a little bit on power was a bit tricky.
This is a place where we bring our families. We just had a moment in that particular camera there. We had Tijal Rao's grandparents on the track. I think both of them in the happy ages of 80. And it's really nice moment where the grandparents of Tijal Rao are here on the track to watch their grandson race. Racing is part of a family conversation right now, Rohan.
Yeah, I mean, usually not many of the grandparents and parents understand it, but as they watch you, they learn, and they're always proud of you. So it's great to have them there.
Now be honest, is it true you taught racing lines to your mother?
No, she wouldn't listen to me if I did.
Come on, you can bring in some means again. Mom, this is this line. This is the way you turn in. Understand the motorsports. Come on, what are the basic lessons you taught her?
Yeah, I mean, if I did say anything when she was driving, I'd probably get it back. So I choose to just sit quietly next to her.
Son, you belong to the racetrack. When I'm in the city, I am the boss.
Yeah, that's how it is. She's always the boss.
How important is it to have a family back you, Rohan?
I mean, nothing would be possible without them. So financially and even mentally, if you don't have the backing from your family, it's always going to be a lot harder.
There was a time I can mention this. Your father, because of the interest that you shown into motorsports for every family, we were talking about Abhay Mohan's father. We were also talking about Monit Kumaran, Priyanka Vijay. Each of their parents that come to the track, it is because of the interest the ward or the child has actually towards motorsports. So when you said motorsports, I'm sure he of course he has done rally before, a little bit of it. Am I aware of that?
Yeah, he did rally for a bit. So, and I mean, at least with my dad, he had an idea of motorsports. So
right,
he knew what we were getting into. But there's a lot of parents who have no idea what it is, but the kid loves it, so they just decide to support it, which is something which I think is really great.
So we got to give a massive love, massive affection, massive thank yous to our parents. They've made this entire weekend possible. They've actually supported the folks to be part of the racing grid. Now, Rohan, it's been a very tough climb as far as the Formula 4 and IRL is concerned. The competition is intense. Where is the difference when we want to take on the challengers or the champions from other countries, for example?
Yeah, I mean, the experience that they have is something else. I mean, you look at in the F4 Akhil, he's driven so much British F4.
Right.
He's super talented, super sweet guy, and he's super quick on track as well.
You would also looking at the methodology. Is there something that you learn when you're part of the IRL or the Formula 4 when you go abroad? Like you went for the Ferrari Driver Academy, and let me put it on record, you were one of the fittest candidates on that particular track, and there was a lot of mentions about the kind of reputation that you built. My first question is fitness levels. What is it that you need to do in order to get into that car?
Yeah, I mean, the F4 is a little more on the shoulders than the IRL. You don't feel the IRL physically too much. It's a bit more neck and core. But in the F4, the steering's a lot heavier than the IRL, so you feel it a bit on your shoulders and your forearms. Another thing is brake pressures. I mean, these cars aren't too bad, but the cars in Europe, you have to stand on the brake with all your might to slow it down.
I do remember when somebody walked up to me, and that's a lot of celebrations that's going around here again. Remember, we also have the rookies, the Momentum Motorsport. There it is, the Tijal Rao. What a moment it must be for his grandparents to see their grandson on the... Come on, Tijal, you can smile a little. You know what? He wears his emotion on his heart all the time. That's Dhruv Goswami taking in the second, and Diljit will come right on top to win this one with a special victory. The 27 JK Tyre National Racing Championship again. The smiles are there. Well done, Diljit. Well, the opportunity was there, and he happily took it.
Yeah, I mean, Tijal's, it's gonna hurt. I know how he feels. He drove a brilliant race. Should have at least been P2 if not P1. But yeah, I mean, things happen in racing. He's gonna take consolation in the fact that he's still leading the championship by a good amount. But yeah, Diljit, I mean, the way he drove was brilliant, and he took the win at the end.
Whatever Mr. Hari is saying is telling him, he seems to be disagreeing. And that always happens with Tijal. He knows he's always got to win. Dhruv Goswami, the firecracker, is really sparked up. Just to talk about Dhruv Goswami, this guy reveled on his own when the Hyderabad street circuit happened the last couple of years back. And now look at the talent that's in. Now it is for Diljit, the former LGB champion. He knows this has got a race win. So he is challenging Tijal for the championship. It's always important that we honor our tuners every time a race weekend happens, and the winning team always has an opportunity to call out their tuner to honor them on stage. This is an important gesture to our tuners that they put it down again. We've had a long conversations, Ruhan. Now, you know the feeling is undescribable when you're there on the stage. But then, last question to you is, what goes in your mind when you're on that race line? We're about to start. The 5 red lights are going to illuminate.
I mean, you don't think about it too much. You just
sorry to interrupt. Yeah, there is Tijal Rao's grandparents as well. That's his mom. This is a special moment. Well, nice. They have also nice little yellow passes around their neck again, so that they're able to come again. Hari is like, come on, take it easy. You're the championship leader. You're racing like a champion again. And he knows and he knows it's coming around again. Well done, Tijal. He knows he's going to continue with that chatter. I'll let you finish that line when you're at the start line.
Oh yeah, I mean, as I said, you don't think about it too much. You just let instinct take and get a good launch, and it just muscle memory from there.
Ladies and gentlemen, with me is Ruhan Alva, the 6-time national champion. He was the last year's LGB champion. He's gone on to bigger things, the Formula 4 and also the IRL. This is the 27 JK Tyre FMSEA National Racing Championship, and we will be back tomorrow. So don't you forget that you have to tune in. The place to be is here. Remember, this is a championship where we are testing our tires, and it's built for champions. And this is a laboratory where new champions are created. Ruhan Alva, absolutely a pleasure to have you on the commentary box.
Thank you for having me.
This is time for us to quickly wrap up. We will catch up with more action tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in.